This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out in the car again. Yeah, it's cold out there today. Yeah, what's it sitting at? 26 degrees. You know, they said that this week we should be getting about 1 inch of snow over the next 7 days. So it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's okay. I'd rather have the 1 inch of snow over 7 days than several inches over one day. Yeah, it's just things that we have to deal with in the wintertime here in the Chicago area. So anyway, I got up early today and made a video for the Russ is Right channel talking about batteries. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely check out the Russ is Right channel and take a look about the e-bike batteries, what I have to say about that. You know, the interesting thing about batteries is every Black Friday I go to Menards, which is a home improvement type place, and I pick up AA and AAA batteries. Yeah, because it's usually like I think they're about $3.99 for 30, something like that, or is it 60? I don't know. Let's say it's even 30. It's still a pretty good deal at $3.99. But they always have rebates. You know, the whole thing with the rebates is kind of they realize that a lot of people don't turn in rebates, right? You know, you buy things and you go, yeah, I'm going to get a rebate on this, and then they don't turn it in. So ultimately, they end up selling it for a higher price. I always turn that in. That's the whole reason I go there, is to get the batteries at deal, and if you don't turn in the rebate thing, you don't get it. But their rebates are set up so that it's basically for store credit. So it'll take a certain amount of time, let's say 4 to 6 weeks, that you'll get a postcard back from them that says you have X amount of dollars to use again in the store. It's okay. I mean, if you go there often enough, it's okay. I don't go there that often. But it does force you to come back to the store, and you might buy more stuff. So other rebates, of course, you know, they give you just money back. Yeah, I prefer that. I mean, they'll send you a check, and then you got to cash the check. But anyway, as far as the batteries are concerned, these are AC Delco batteries. Now, when I think of AC Delco, I think of batteries for your car. You know, I remember way back when I was younger, you know, I always hear about AC Delco batteries for your car batteries, but not really for AA, AAA batteries. But, you know, a battery's a battery, you know, they have expertise in doing that. So, and those batteries have actually done very well for me. I use them a lot in my digital audio recorder. Sorry for the loud heater noise. I mean, short of shutting down the heater altogether, it's going to run for a while. I used it for my digital audio recorder when I was doing my e-bike rides before I switched over to these, you know, transmitter type things. And they work really well. Yeah, I used Rayovac when Rayovac was on sale there. Then they switched and started doing those promotion with the AC Delco batteries, and they work well. Yeah, but the thing is, I store the batteries in the refrigerator. Yeah. It extends the shelf life, essentially. But the thing is cold weather or cold batteries from a refrigerator, if you use it right away, that's not good. You should bring it back up to temperature before you use it. Batteries don't actually function well in the cold, but they store well in the cold. Go figure that out. I don't know if that's the case with lithium-ion batteries, but for alkaline batteries, yeah. We used to do that all the time at the police department. Yeah, all of our batteries, all of our film were always stored in a refrigerator. And I'm talking a lot of storage of batteries and a lot of storage of film. I mean, the police department, and we had, you talk about film, we had more film than probably the average photography store had. I mean, At a typical crime scene, you can go through thousands of photos. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We shoot a lot of pictures, every angle, every whatever, you know. So film was a big deal. I mean, law enforcement was a very big user of film. Yeah. Now it's all digital. Everything's pretty much digital now. Well, there was a time when, you know, even with film, we couldn't even cut the roll of film. You know, when you get your negatives back, it's usually cut down and stripped to 5, right? Yeah, in law enforcement, we don't cut anything. That's the proof that you didn't take any photo out. So the film negative strip would be one whole strip, including the leader. We didn't cut anything because you don't want anybody saying that you manipulated evidence, right? But I always wondered about that whole thing with digital, because it's a file. You know, how do you know somebody didn't mess with the file? Yeah, I'm curious how that is. I did ask my friends at the San Diego Police Department about that one time. I says, you know, now that everything's gone digital, has the police department gone digital? And he says, yeah, we have. I said, well, what about the whole thing with the, you know, manipulation? He goes, it's never really been an issue, but you never can tell. I mean, you really can't really mess up, you know, you can't really alter a film negative without physical proof that it was altered somehow. I don't know how you can do that for digital. I mean, these are things that I think about. I mean, does it really affect me? No, but I still think about stuff like that. Anyways, there's a lot of traffic going to Costco today. What time is it? 10:33 on a Friday as I'm recording this. Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, I decided I would head out there, even though I have food in the refrigerator I can eat. It's just to get me out of the house. Told you guys. Oh, you might be wondering too, why did I switch to this, you know, this big thing on my chest here for the microphone? You see the windscreen on there, because for a while I didn't have the windscreen on because it's kind of bulky looking, you know. But I was listening in on one of the videos that I did, and as you're talking, and if you look down a little bit, you know, your sounds from P's and things like that, it's called plosives, Plosiv, plosives, yeah, like the P sound would pop on the microphone, you know. So the windscreen cuts down the wind, but it also cuts down any of the plosive type sounds that you might be making. And I was hearing it when I didn't use the windscreen on here. This windscreen is actually called a dead cat filter. Dead cat. Yeah, it's kind of a fuzzy, furry thing. It actually is very effective, but it's just bulky looking, you know. I don't really like leaving it on camera like that, but at this point, you know, I'd rather have the better sound quality for you than, you know, me looking better without the little dead cat sitting on top of my microphone. I will say that the use of this microphone is a lot easier than when I was using the lavalier microphone connected to my digital audio recorder, which then had to be synced together with the visuals from the camera and everything. It's a lot of work. Now, this thing sends directly to the camera, and so now I don't have two separate files to synchronize together. It's all part of the camera file. Now, it also has redundancy. I also record a digital audio track on the recorder, on the transmitter itself, because it has a built-in recorder. So if for some reason the Bluetooth disconnects and it doesn't send the signal to the camera, I still have a clean audio track recording directly onto the transmitter itself. So I create that file. So then I could always sync up that file to the camera file that has some good audio, you know, that it could synchronize to. These are little things that we do on the backside. I've never had to do it, by the way, but it's a safeguard just in case something happens. You don't lose everything then, right? So yeah, I would say the technology has gotten so good that I can rely on it, you know. Interestingly, though, when I tried to use this recorder with their, this transmitter with their receiver hooked into my GoPro, it didn't sound that good. Yeah, it really didn't. And then when I got this DJI camera, which is, of course, the company that makes this microphone as well, the Bluetoothing directly to their camera is perfect. It sounds great. So that's another reason why I switched over from the GoPro to the DJI camera. Let me bring up another topic for those who are interested in these action type cameras, because that's what's recording right now. I have it set up so that you can that I can record it. You know, the camera's connected to the mount, which is connected to the windshield by suction cup. I'll show it to you a little later when we stop at Costco. This whole thing with DJI that a lot of people don't like is that you have to register the DJI camera with them. You know, within, I think they give you 30 days. If you don't register it with them, it shuts down the camera. Yeah, I mean, that's terrible. I mean, if you decide, you know, some people don't register their products. I typically would not do it either. But if you don't do it, the camera won't work. It'll literally shut down on you. So a lot of people said, well, I'm giving information to China, you know. Well, yeah, technically you are, because that's where they're from. It's a lot of stuff like that that, you know, we find today, that things are forcing you to do things. I mean, I was even looking at, you know, the DeepSeek. They were talking about DeepSeek and how DeepSeek AI thing was, you know, so much cheaper than NVIDIA, and that caused a major stock drop in NVIDIA for their chips because they were making it cheaper and all this. But then recently I saw a thing that said DeepSeek, if you go onto their website or if you use their app, yeah, all your data and stuff goes to China. Who's going to want to use that? I wouldn't want to use that. So I think after news about that and maybe other things, NVIDIA's stock price started coming back up again because, you know, they had a huge sell-off. People were like, forget this, you know, they're cheaper and everything. But look at all the other potential issues with using that, you know. So, yeah, this world is kind of changing, you know. You can't trust everything anymore. You don't know what's going to go on. All right, I'm inside their parking lot here. Let me see if I can find parking. And then once I do, I'll take the camera off, and then you can see the mount that I use on the windshield. Nope, came too late. People already took my handicap parking spots. Well, I may have to walk it this time. Let me see, anything on that side? Nope. Let these ladies go that are in front of me, otherwise I'll be running them over. We don't want to do that. They're not walking too fast. Kind of slow. Squeaking you might hear is my gloves against the... it's the gloves against the steering wheel again. It's the rubber on the steering wheel and the rubber on the gloves. They kind of create a squeak. Can you hear it? Yeah, I'm going to be walking today. There's no parking here. Let me go on the next aisle. Maybe there's something better. I mean, I'm way in the back at this point. Let me switch over to the other side here. See if anything's closer. Yep, there is. Not much, but a little closer. All right, let me park this here. By the way, I find sometimes too when I look at my hair, during the winter it always looks terrible. Everything's flattened out, and then static electricity on top of it too. Let me take this off here. And then because I have these sweatshirts with hoods, pushes the back of my hair up. I mean, I look like a mess actually whenever I turn my head and I look. But anyway, let me take the camera off here. This is the mount that I currently use. So you can see it's a big suction cup thing. And then this thing here I bought on AliExpress. I told you guys about that before. It's got a clipping thing. You know, you push this in and then the clip clips onto the camera. This part here is the GoPro section. So I use the GoPro mount to clip to the clip thing, which clips onto my camera. And this suction is really good. I mean, I'm really pulling on this thing. It's not coming off. Okay. But if you release it and then you just kind of put a little air between it, then it comes off. All right, that's all I have for you guys for today. Let me know if you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.